Hi, good morning, one and all. Today we can discuss about joints. I already said last class. This one is the humerus, and this part is called as a radius, and this part is called as a ulna. Here they having two bones. This is the radius, and this one is the ulna. Compared to radius, ulna is long, tightly attached with the humerus. This part is called as a humerus. And here wrist bones, they having a carpals. These are metacarpals. This is metacarpals. This one is the phalanges. See, phalanges. This is digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's why for thumb having only the two digits, two bones. Here they having a 3, 3. That's why the digital formula for the phalanges is 2, 3, 3 and 3, 3. Okay. Now here totally they having a 30 bones. This they having a 30 bones. This hand having a 30 bones. Now if you go for the leg pain. Now this one is the humerus. See, this bone is called as a tibia. Beside the tibia they having a fibula. Tibia is the long, tightly attached with the femur, and this one is called as a tarsals. This is metatarsals, and this one is the phalanges. Okay. Now see here. Now here, see, this is called as a collarbone. See, if you observe, collarbone is articulated with sternum. This part is called as a manubrium. This is a clavicle. Now this is scapula. If you observe, see, scapula. Now see here, this part, pelvic region. This part is called as a pelvic region. This part is called ilium. This part is called as a ischium, and this part is called as a pubis. Okay, these are the parts. Now see, this part is called as a condyles. See, 1, 2 condyles is present. That's why the skull having a two occipital condyle. That's why our skull is called as a dicondylic skull. This is the occipital condyles. Cervical vertebrae. The first part is called as a atlas, and second part is called as a axis. Atlas and axis. This is called as a vertebral column. Okay. Now here the bones is a cranial bones. Here they having a inside they having a malleus incus stapes is present. Now we can go for the joints. See, mobile joints. See, freely mobile like this. Closed, open, close, open. Hand rotate. Very good. That will be indicates what? Ball and socket joint. What are the joints? Now we will discuss now. 1 second. See here. Now what is meant by joints? Joints are the contact between the bones or between the bones and the cartilage is called as a joints. Joints is 3 types. One is the fibrous joint, second one is the cartilaginous joint, third one is the synovial joint. Fibrous joints is the immobile joints, cartilage joints is the slightly mobile joints, synovial joints is the freely mobile joints. Now keep in mind, as per NCERT, all fibrous joints are immobile. Cartilageless joints is the slightly mobile. Synovial joints is the freely mobile. As per MCET is different, as per NEET is different. Keep in mind. Fibrous joints is what I said, immobile, are also called as a synanthrosis. Between the bones they having what type of connective tissue? Dense irregular connective tissue. This fibrous joints is three types. One is sutures, another one is the syndesmosis, third one is the gomphosis. Where the sutures is present? Sutures present between the cranial bones. See, like a zigzag manner, like a stitches. That's why that is called as a sutures. Second one, syndesmosis. Syndesmosis is present between interosseous membrane between tibia and fibula. Keep in mind, syndesmosis is under fibrous joints. Fibrous joints is what? Immovable. But syndesmosis is a slightly movable. Keep in mind, slightly movable based upon their cartilages, fibrous cartilages only. It is under the fibrous joint. That is as per MSET. But as per NEET, all fibrous joints is immovable. As per MSET, sutures and gomphosis is immovable. Syndesmosis is the slightly movable. Slightly movable is also called as a amphiphros. Now see here, like a pen bit, I'll permit to see. Now this is the point. This is called as a patella, kneecap. This is fibia. This is fibula. In this, here they having a membrane, interosseous membrane. In this interosseous membrane, when you are walking, slightly movement is takes place in here. Now gomphosis. Gomphosis is present between the dento-alveolar joint. See, in this region, this is dentine, below this alveolar cavity. Now that point is called as a dento-alveolar joint. In this dento-alveolar joints, immovable one, that is called as a gomphosis. The next one, cartilage joints. Cartilage joints is the slightly movable joints. Where the location is present? Synchondrosis. Synchondrosis means, suppose this one is a long bone. In long bone, expandable part is called as a epiphysis. Long part is called as a diaphysis. Between epiphysis and diaphysis, they have here in this location they having a epiphyseal plate is present. Epiphyseal plate is present between epiphysis and diaphysis. But in this location, immovable. It means it is not movable. That's what keep in mind. Cartilage joints, what is like slightly movable, but in cartilageous joints, synchondrosis is present. Synchondrosis is a immovable. Why we can keep this synchondrosis is in the cartilage? Means between they having a cartilage, that cartilage is the hyaline cartilage. Based upon cartilage, it is under the cartilaginous joint. And another thing, symphysis. Symphysis, pubic symphysis of the pelvic girdle. I already said this part is called as a pubic symphysis. Here it is a slightly movable one. And then synovial joints. See, between the bones, this is called as a articular surface. Between the articular surface, they having a fluid, synovial fluid. Based upon the synovial fluid, the bones are freely movable. Here, this articular surface having a how many layers? Double layer. Here they having a double layer. Outer layer is made up of a dense fibrous irregular connective tissue, and also they having a more collagen fibers. This irregular connective tissue connected with the periosteum. What is periosteum? The bone outer layer is called as a periosteum. That's why the outer layer of the articular capsule is continued with the periosteum. When it is continued like this, stretch resistance, it means it is this bones is not able to slide. Here these synovial joints are also called as freely movable joints. What are the best example? Here very important, you have to remember these examples. First one is the ball and socket joint, second one is the hinge joint, third one is the pivot joint, fourth one is the gliding joint, fifth one is the condyloid joints. First we can go for the ball and socket joint. Ball and socket joint is present between humerus and pectoral girdle. See, this part is called as a humerus and this part is called as a pelvic girdle. Okay, between this, see, ball and socket, it is like a socket, this is like a ball and it will be rotated. Rotate cheyana, rotate chay, yeah, rotation. That is a ball and socket joint. And another one between the, see, this is the femur and this is the pelvic girdle. Between the femur and the pelvic girdle, in this region also they having a ball and socket joint. Next one, hinge joint. Hinge joint is present between elbow and knee joint. See, now elbow joint. Elbow joint, this is humerus, radius and ulna. Here they having a elbow joint. Close, open, close, open. That's why elbow joint and knee joint they having a hinge joint. Next one, pivot joint. Pivot joint is present between atlas and axis for rotation of the head. Head rotate cheyana, head rotate chay, ila tirugu, ilanu. Here they having a pivot joint. Next one, gliding joint. Gliding joint is present between intercarpal joint. Carpals means what? This one, intercarpals. Between this, here they having a gliding joint. And then condyloid joints. Condyloid joints is present between the occipital condyles and atlas. See, I already said this is the occipital condyles. Here they having a atlas. Between they having a joint that is called as a condyloid joints.